Hello and welcome. Just wanted to put this into a video rather than lengthy text. I think it's far better to present things verbally and in person rather than give out lengthy pages of brochure, although some people probably still prefer that. So, Space Cadets has undergone a bit of a facelift and we are going across the Space Cadets Stargazer. So, Space Cadets plus the single wings, the golden wings, they'll still be there. But we're bringing forward the Stargazer, which will slowly but surely replace it. And what we're doing is we're making astronomy a bit more practical. So we're looking at the night sky. So a lot of the resources you've seen in the night sky module, maybe if you've been a member or are, you already know. But this time, without just putting you straight in, we've got a workbook that you can print off and go through. The workbook isn't pretty. There's no aesthetic images in it because for the simple reason, I want to go easy on the ink. I know ink can be quite an expensive commodity to people. That's why I've wanted to make it sort of less ink intensive, which is why there's not the fancy pictures or graphics in it. It's functional, so you can download it, print it off, and kids can go through it. And each of the modules are labelled, so 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, and so on, so they can easily follow through where they can get the answers from to complete the workbook. Then once they've completed the workbook, there's a digital quiz, as always, and a downloadable certificate they can print off after. So what will they get for doing it? Well, what we've done with the Stargazer is we've got 3 key modules in it. There will be a few more added, but there won't be Stargazer. There'll be, I think we've got a Space Explorer coming up, which covers other things. And we've got a couple of other spin-offs from that, which will use some of the revamped older material, if you like. So what it will do is it will give Space Cadets a better knowledge of the night sky. I think there's too many books out there and too many courses that ramble on about the same thing. This is a constellation. These are the stars. Not enough to encourage them to actually go out there and look, I don't think, which is what Space Cadets has always been about and what Stargazer is. So that's Space Cadets Stargazer. We've got the night sky. The other one we've got that's coming forward is Moongazer, which is part of the Stargazer series. And Moongazer looks at the moon, obviously, but it looks at some key features of the moon, from the seas to some of the craters, and talks more about those that you can see with a small telescope or a pair of binoculars as well. And the night sky's done that too. In fact, I may even put another thing in there to sort of highlight some of the instruments, some of the objects you can see with a pair of binoculars quite simply, and with a small telescope. I think we've got the binoculars levelled off. It's just a small telescope maybe. We may add to that. And then we go on doing what we're developing at the moment still, which is the solar system. Because obviously, you know, the solar system members are observable too. So we've begun with the sun, which is indeed observable, but we have to be careful with the sun because the sun can blind if we're not careful in how we observe it. But that's what the that's what the solar system is all about. And so we're starting off with the sun, at the centre of the sun, and we're working out from the core coming out. So there'll be a workbook talking about the sun, and then as we come away from the sun, we'll talk about our nearest the nearest neighbours to the sun: Mercury, Venus, probably not so much on Earth because we live on that one, and then Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, not so much on Uranus and Neptune because we don't readily see them. Don't really see Mercury either, but you know, either way, you can still see it just about with the naked eye when conditions allow. So we're looking at how we can observe these, what instruments are needed, and what you can expect to see with these. You know, what we can expect to see for a small telescope, and using some of my images to demonstrate that too. And that also will include some details on comets and meteorites, which we've talked about because these are also observable. We'll also look at some satellites as well. And some of those we can see, like maybe the International Space Station. So we'll be talking about that. So the idea is what it does is it gives the Space Cadet more interaction. We've still got some of the clickables, which have been supported by audio, in some cases some video as well. We've also got flip books that they can flip and go through that way on a tablet. And we've also got the downloadable worksheets, as I said, that they download and they go through, and that guides them along the way. What will they get from it then? Well, a more rounded knowledge of the night sky. They won't just know what the constellations are, they'll be able to name some of the stars as well. They'll know what asterisms are, and they'll also get an idea of understand the planets and how the planets all move through the night sky. They'll learn about the ecliptic and obviously the northern celestial pole, things like that, and the questions are designed for them to learn. So at the end of the day, they'll get a rounded knowledge of the night sky from it, and they'll also get a rounded knowledge of what the objects of interest are there too. But also it'll prepare them nicely for the GCSE. That's another intention. So it's going to be a bit of a change from the Space Cadets, a bit more descriptive and a bit more interactive is the plan. And I'm aiming to have this launched certainly within the next month or so. I'm just working on the solar system now, which shouldn't take me too long, hopefully. And then we'll have the Space Cadets Stargazer available. Next after that, we'll be looking at space exploration, because obviously everybody's interested in Artemis at the moment, so we will be looking at Artemis and what Artemis is all about, and how Artemis is going to get us back to the moon. So lots of exciting things happening. If you are already a member, you don't have to do anything. You'll be added to this. So you'll automatically get access to that content as well. If you're not joined up, the best way into it at the moment is to sign up to the £8.50 a month Space Cadets package, and you too will get access to that as well. And it doesn't affect the discount offer, which for completing the whole thing will entitle you to a £50 discount off the first year of the GCSE Astronomy. How's that for a wowzer? But you have to be signed up to it for at least 6 months to qualify for it though. So, which to be honest, there's enough material in there where anybody can take that or longer to get through. So that's where we are. And obviously with the Space Cadets Stargazer, once they've completed the entire 3 modules, there's then a master quiz where they then become Space Cadets Stargazers. What about that? And that way they'll have a nice certificate they can download and put on the wall. So the idea is we're making amateur astronomers who know the night sky. And we may look at a bit of imaging, but I'm trying to steer people away from that, more towards the classical end of astronomy is what I'm trying to do. So hope that's of interest. If anybody wants to learn more, info@spacecadets.co.uk. You can enrol now and you can see part of this. The solar system is going to be released hopefully fairly soon. I'm just working on that content at the moment. So, but the night sky is ready, so is the moon gazer. So that'll be added, and anybody joining up will be given access to that too. So hope that's of interest to you. Look forward to welcoming you on board soon. I'll stop at 8 minutes. Thanks for watching.